Anyway, I'm doing a study of the late Devonian mass extinctions, trying to figure out where did that reddish covered sandstone. The sand is nice white with calcite in the matrix. It's reddish on the outside. But where did that come from? Did the water level drop? Well, even if it did, that was ocean bottom. Why does that mean it exposes sand? So where'd that sand come from? So just looking at this, at the extinctions, which were at the end, I come upon what was already known. Like I say, I'm not trying to convince anybody of the Alamo asteroid impact, but the extinction seems to have only affected marine life. Hard hit groups, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Leading hypothesis, changes in sea level and ocean anoxia possibly triggered by global cooling or ocean volcanism. The impact of a comet or another extraterrestrial body has been suggested. Well, I agree. If the Alamo asteroid, 2 miles across, hits, makes a 50-mile crater, how could it not have affected anything? I just don't get it. You bet it affected things. And look at this. There was a second impact. Here's this. Remember, the Alamo impact was 377 million. Well, let's look at the Siljan ring that it refers to. Siljan ring, look at the date. 376.8 million years ago. What? They're not affected? They're not connected? Sure they are. How could it have not affected things? You know, baloney. But now let's look at the pictures in question. I'm trying to solve for the reddish cliff-based rocks, cliff both. Let's see this reddish material. This cliff, okay, that is the impact. That's the comet impact at 377. Okay, and the top of it begins the extinction and the dropping of the water. Now this is frasnian or famennian, and then here comes the sandstone. That's what this is that has fallen, the sandstone. It's reddish on the outside, but it's white on the inside. So see, there it is. There's the impact, and here's the extinction. Here's the extinctions, and here's the red sandstone at the end of the Devonian. Well, now you have two huge bodies hitting at virtually the same time, creating huge craters, one 32, one at least 50, probably 60 miles across. Well, how in the hell could it not have anything to do with the Devonian, end of Devonian extinction? Of course it does. Of course it does. And so let me look back at these pictures before I end this. And the sand, I'll show you the sand. See, there's the sand. The sand is white crystalline sand, not red. It's red only on the surface, like that. See, it's white underneath. So where'd that sand come from? The ocean level must have dropped. And this occurred right at when this extinction was. Look at those sand pictures. See the nice, beautiful grains of sand? So how could it have not been part of the late Devonian extinction? Of course it was. And for that reason, I have to go back up there because when I was up there, I didn't have time to go up here and inspect this. Well, I could inspect it down below where it had fallen, but I want to go up there. And also I want to inspect this because this level here signifies, very literally the end of the Devonian and the extinction. And then there's your sandstone. And then here comes back the limestone. There's the limestone again. The ocean level rose up.